Is going fathers, and welcome to the new series on the channel. We are taking charge of Cork City, my local club, most local club that is on FM anyway. There's one team that's closer to, or a couple of teams are closer to me, but this one is the highest in the league structure that is on Vanilla FM. We are taking charge of Cork City, and we're going to return the Rebels to where they belong, atop the pyramid in Ireland, in the series that we're calling Rebel Rescue, because they need rescuing. Finances aren't great in real life. I haven't looked to see how they're doing in this one because I've done a couple of practice ones to see, do the finances change a smidgen. But we are taking over my local club, and we're going to try and bring them to the pinnacle of Football Manager, like we did with Dorog last year, one of my favourite Hungarian teams. And as you can see, Cork City have today confirmed the appointment of FoggyPlays as the club's new manager. Of course, eyebrows have been raised because I've never had a job before. That's always the way it works. Turner's Cross. I don't think there's much room in real life for expansion at Turner's Cross. So be interesting to see what the game thinks. I've put pen to paper on a 2-year deal. Fantastic. Don't normally get 2-year deals at the start of the game, I don't think. But I'm starting this in 2020, early 2021, so it's probably why I'm getting paid 675 quid a week. Ooh. Players will be managing one of his favourite clubs, and the significance of his appointment will certainly not be lost on either him or the team's supporters. He replaces previous manager Colin Healy. So, reputation is a star and a half, which is actually not that bad. Bishopstown Stadium is where our youth and the training facilities are located. 7,365 capacity at Turner's Cross, which I'll probably show you at some point because it's a nice stadium. Our assistant manager is Richie Holland, club founded in 1984. Financial status is actually okay. We have a just shy of £7,000 wage budget. Interesting. So this is on the 22.4, I think is what it is. The latest update. So based on my manager's preferred everything, Corcoran, Walker, Gilchrist, Coleman, O'Connor. That's the fact we don't have Dylan McGlade on that list is interesting. Sorbelli, definitely a player that's going to get a lot of opportunities. Cathal Heffernan, hopefully we can get some money for him when his or he doesn't go out on, or he doesn't go permanently to AC Milan. That'd be nice. So what do they want us to do? They want us to work within the wage budget, reach the promotion playoff. I'm probably going to be aiming more for the league, although in the journeyman, Cork City spent the entire journeyman, I think it was 10 seasons, in the first division. Never once made it past playoffs. And quite a number of times didn't even make it to the playoffs. Senior Cup or Senior Challenge Cup, reach quarterfinal. League Cup's not important. Munster Senior Cup isn't important either. Should be one that we challenge Waterford if nothing else. In the next season is to gain automatic promotion and then remain in the top division. That's not what we're going to be aiming for. We're going to want to win everything. First news article is essentially just telling us what we've already read. Three players that are coming to the end of their contract at the still 10 months. Looks like they want to sign Adam Cantwell. We'll have to see. Tactical direction we'll have looked at in a second. I'll put a team together. See, everything here is the same, which is fantastic. Let's have a look at the squad. Mark McNulty is a goalkeeping coach as well as a goalkeeper. 351 appearances. The man is an absolute legend at the club. And Cian Murphy is going to be the one that'll probably be leading the line for us. 13 appearances, no goals as of yet. I believe that he can do it for us. Corey Chambers is a new signing as well. Not really had too many in the way of appearances, which is a bit disappointing. Carigbo is probably long-term right back. I've seen him play in person and he is exceptional. Gordon Walker is the one that's probably going to be standing in his way the majority of the time, but he's been out on. No, he's left the club. Went to Cove and UCC. We will be, for the majority of this save, looking to sign players from local clubs where possible. Obviously, you're not always going to get like a Cahill Heffernan from Ringmahon Rovers as we did. He's actually he came from Ringmahon as a youngster. He's only 15, so I suppose that makes sense why there's nothing there to show that. One of my favourite centre backs is Jonas Hakkinen. So he'll definitely get plenty of game time. Hopefully we can get into Europe and he'll still be a player we're looking at as an option to play. He's a really good player. We do have a somewhat aging squad in parts. We have 144,612 in the balance, which is actually, I want to say, the worst that I've seen in all the different tests, in a couple of different tests I've done. 144,000, not a huge amount of money, more than I was expecting from the original. Before I started this, I was expecting it to be significantly worse. Let's have a look at our profile. I've set myself up to be kind of more of a youth manager. Everything else has just been left pretty much the same. Youngster knowledge is 15. Technical and working with youngsters is 20. Attacking and defending is 15. That's pretty good. Couldn't goalkeep to save me life. I actually was a defender when I played football, so it kind of makes sense that I probably should have put more into defending because that's what I did. But we have no anything else, so nothing else to worry about just yet. It should be interesting. As it is right now, there's not going to be time for too many transfers, because the transfer window does close in 10 days time. So by the time we get any players scouted, probably not going to be able to get too many in. Shelburne are expected to absolutely smash the league, and we're expected to get third. Cove Ramblers sitting there 100 to 1. Not ideal. Not ideal for them. We do have. Oh, that's interesting. Normally there's friendly, a testimonial set up for Mark McNulty, so I might have to do that myself. It's disappointing that I got to that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to throw together a tactic and see kind of what suits. I probably will go with something like a 4-2-3-1 for now. Maybe a 4-4-2. Revolutionary, I know. So we'll have a look and see in a second what I come up with as my starting tactic, and we'll go from there. As you can see, quite a number of games. Every team plays each other. I think it's 4 times now. I think that's what they changed it to. Yeah, each team plays each other 4 times. 4 teams make it into the playoff. 1 team gets automatically promoted. Non-EU players have to be paid £293 a week. Nations treated as EU. All European nations. All European free trade nations. Ukraine. Delightful. So we might be able to get some Ukrainian players in. So we will be back in just a second to have a look at the tactic I put together. And probably going to be a very similar one to what you've seen done before, because there's not many tactics that are guaranteed to work in the FM22 match engine as it is currently. But I've not played too much on the one that's out now, so I'll have to see what we come up with. So one thing I actually forgot to look at, interestingly, was our staff, and we don't seem to have too many. You You have 2 coaches, 1 performance analyst, an assistant manager, a head of youth development, and obviously myself. We have nobody in the recruitment team. We have a head physio, a chief doctor, and a doctor. But we're lacking everything else. So we do need to spend wisely. We have £42. £42 to spend. Projection, we're expected to lose a lot of money. That's not ideal. No debts, which is fantastic. But this is probably what I'm going to be playing. I have changed skins in between as well. I meant to change the skin and I forgot. So this is what we're going to be playing with potentially for the entire series. This is the Zealand skin. As you can tell by the fact that there's a big Z up here. But we're going to be playing just not ultra basic, but I'm just not going to have a huge amount of things to tell the players to. We're going to play fairly narrow. Maybe just middle. I haven't decided exactly. I want to see how the team plays in a few games before we make any major decisions. We're going to play an extremely high tempo because it'll be somewhere between higher and extremely high because that's the way I want my team to play. Pass into space just to get players moving a bit quicker. In transition, not going to tell the goalkeeper to do anything in particular. Not going to tell him to distribute to a position or anything. Just going to let the keeper do whatever he wants. And we're going to go much higher and higher on our attacking and defensive lines, but we're going to use tight marking because that's what I tell the players to do the majority of the time anyway. So that's the one that I'm probably going to push the most. I'm going to play Sorbelli as a central midfielder on attack. Not something I normally do. Everyone's been raving about it. I want to see what it does, but I'm going to put Bolger alongside him as a ball-winning midfielder on defend, just so we don't have everything. Actually, to be fair, I might swap Sorelli to play on the right because I have 3 attacking players here and I have 2 support and 1 defensive here. Maybe I haven't set this up completely well or perfectly. But we do have the game against our second 11, just to see how that gets on. I didn't actually show you the under 19s. There isn't a massive amount of players here, but there are some pretty good players with potential. Matt Healy, Marco Manny, O'Brien Whitmarsh, Oren Crow. They're probably the ones we're going to be putting our hats on for the time being. You candidates won't be here till September, so June we'll probably get our preview, which would be very interesting. And we have limited staff. I'm probably not going to put a huge amount of money into the under 19s, because there isn't like a lot of the players here. Like Dan Murray is a club legend, Alan Bennett's a club legend, Paul Howard is a human. So we've 2 club legends there. Probably not going to put a huge amount of money in because they're probably costing us a decent chunk of shit. Yeah, it's like 500-600 quid on wages there alone, which could be spent elsewhere, like getting a scouting team together, which we don't have. But this is the general shape we're going to go with for now. We don't really have a right winger who can cut in, and Rory Keating is a striker, but isn't much of a goal scorer. So I'm going to probably play him as an inverted winger more than anything. Although I do kind of want McGlade out wide, because that is kind of where he's at his best, but he's also a decent playmaker. He's got 14 flair, so having him sitting in the middle as playmaker, it's probably not a terrible idea to begin with, at least. As I said, not a huge amount of anything to spend, really. Might have to try and see if we can get some loan players. But I can't, like I said, I can't imagine there's too many transfers are going to be done, because, like I said, it's only 10 days. It's not a massive amount of time before the first game of the season. And we're playing Cove Wanderers in the Munster Senior Cup quarter final, which, in theory, should be a walkover. Rockmont won it last time. Interesting. I didn't know that. But they play St Mary's. Waterford have an easy run to the next round against UCC. Cove Ramblers and Treaty should be a somewhat difficult game. Cian Leonard is playing for Rockmount. This guy, in a series of the previous, absolutely smashed it. He was a fantastic player in an Irish save I did. So maybe bring him back to Cork City. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the first episode here on Rebel Rescue. And we'll come back for the first game of the season against Shelburne. Probably against Treaty United as well. Because I don't think we're going to have, as I said, I don't think we're going to have too many transfers to talk about. So we can make 5 substitutions in the league. Fantastic. It's good to know when you look at the rules before you start the series. So, dynamics. Okay, team cohesion is poor. Club atmosphere is good. Managerial support is good. 9 players like me. McNulty, you beauty. Coleman isn't much of a leader. So potentially when I meet the media, I'm going to be like, hey, probably going to change that because I don't think I want him as my captain. And we don't actually have a vice captain, do we not? Where can I see that? We don't. We don't have a vice captain. Interesting. We do have an affiliation with Preston and UCC, who sponsor the club. So we'll have a look and see. Potentially try and get another senior affiliate, because Preston don't pay us anything. So it'd be nice if we could get something with a bit of money. But I'll worry about that later. No point in asking for it now, because they will just say, you've only been here a short time. I literally just arrived this morning. So we'll do with all that at a future date. So if you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share it with as many people as you possibly can. It's episode 1 of a new series. I'm hoping this is a very interesting series that a lot of people will come and watch, because I enjoy doing these saves and I want more people to know about the glorious club that is Cork City. So thank you for watching, fellas. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, as I said, and I'll catch you in the next one.